Thousands of anti-government demonstrators flooded the streets of Tel Aviv on Saturday, continuing their weekly protests to call for new elections in Israel and the release of hostages in Gaza.
I came to protest. I came to show our government that their strategy is not what we want. We want a ceasefire. We want the hostages to come back. We want to live in peace. And it seems like right now the interest of our Prime Minister and our government doesn't coexist with our interest, the country's interest. There's people up north that can't go back to their homes. There are people down south that can't live in peace. And there's 120 hostages just waiting for us to bring them back. So we're trying to say stop. We need to stop everything till they come back. We can't just keep living our lives like nothing is happening. So that's what we're here for.
Well, I'm worried about everything. I'm worried about Lebanon. I'm worried about what's going on in the south. I'm worried about what is happening in between the borders within Israel. I think we have never ever been in a situation as bad as this one, and I can still remember Yom Kippur. I think it's worse. And we were like, I was still a child, but I can still remember how afraid we were, and the adults were absolutely scared for the possibility that Israel would stop to exist. I never ever thought I would come to a time where I would not be sure that my children and grandchildren will be able to live here. I'm not sure it will exist if this government will go on.
I came to engage in the Israeli protest of many people against our government, against our Prime Minister, which I see them as a really murderer government that murders our kidnaps, and government that murders our soldiers by throwing them to Gaza or letting them be bombed in the north without any reasonable plan to do towards peace or towards ceasefire. And I hope our shouts and our demands will be somehow either be noted or at least give some pressure on our government to change its way.
Brandishing banners that condemned Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his cabinet, the demonstrators urged for a ceasefire in the conflict between Israel and Hamas and advocated for an agreement to free the remaining hostages held in Gaza.